What's up? This is Christopher Walker. I'm checking back with you. I'm going live this pre-Thanksgiving. Hope everyone's having a wonderful holiday break, getting a chance to kind of refresh and reflect on what you're thankful for, spend time with family and friends, and eat some good food. So that's one of the great things about Thanksgiving. So hopefully everyone's doing well. Again, my name is Christopher Walker. I help solopreneurs and entrepreneurs best use AI and other tools to be able to make their businesses much better. I give away different tips and things that are trade to be able to help and enhance that. So one of the things I want to come live and just to kind of get a pulse of my audience is to see where everyone is when dealing with this craziness with OpenAI, and the CEO is out of here and then the CEO is back in. He's bringing his own board members back. So what's going on with that? And I'm sure we're probably going to get some information in the coming days on what actually transpired fully. But, who knows how much information we're really going to get, because some of that stuff probably may not be as disclosed as we want to. But for the most part, it was kind of crazy because I know for myself, I'm in the process of building some new tools on top of ChatGPT, and also being able to use their API to be able to build some tools over there. With the implementation or the bringing of the GPT, some of the things I'm working on is more integrated type of data analysis when it comes to utilizing the AI and getting analysis back from the AI, being able to ship over and push over data, private data that is secure, but for the most part, being able to analyze that data and get a good result for the client, whether it's bad news or good news. But another thing too, I'm dropping a new tool for real estate agents and for the mortgage business to be able to create their own content. Of course, you can always go to OpenAI's ChatGPT's website and put it in yourself, but these are custom prompts that I've already baked into the application, and it would allow for those type of clients to be able to log in, easily create newsletters, create emails, create blog posts, any kind of content creation. They can be able to make use of that, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that's adopted, as well as bringing on board some other verticals as the time comes. But because I'm in that world, been in that world for quite a while, decided to implement that first and see how that goes. But there's a lot to be excited about with a lot of the generative AI, not just the images, making silly images, or not even just the content creation, but it's so much if you understand prompting, being able to create what's a good prompt versus an average prompt, or just a regular prompt. If you're not prompting the AI, as I've said in many of the other videos that I have published, you're not getting the full benefit of AI. So you can't really give a good opinion on whether or not it's good or whatever, because you're not giving the AI the data that it wants and needs to provide you with the output that you want. So with anything, a lot of times with definitely dealing with systems and with technology, bad data in, bad data out, and sometimes regular data in, bad data out. So having worked with large systems in the past, a lot of huge data sets, is really important on the data that's being fed into the system to be able to get the right data back. And that goes with a lot of stuff. A lot of times you'll see people or businesses say, hey, this application isn't working quite right, or I don't like it, or whatever, but you're not really getting good data in. It's very important that you get good data in. If not, you're going to come up with flawed data and a flawed view on the application. So the application probably is really good, like especially like with project management, CRMs, all of those types of applications that depend on really good data to be able to give you really good data back, to be able to make actionable decisions, keep up with things or whatever. You can really get a really bad sense of where things are. So hopefully everyone is checking out and have subscribed to the channels. Right now, I'm publishing on Instagram and also on YouTube at the same time. So for any of my Instagram people, you can easily find me on YouTube at Christopher Morel Walker, or for my YouTube peeps, you can easily find me on Instagram. Same thing, same hashtag. Twitter is a little bit different. It's an older handle, and because my name is so long, it won't allow past that 15 character mark. So that one is CM Walker 25. On TikTok, which I'm still trying to build up my TikTok social media persona, but it is also Christopher Morel Walker. So you can be able to find that. So yeah, another thing I want to come on tonight. I know it's probably not going to be many people, if any. So I'm still trying to get this whole doing live videos and just speaking out there in the ether, and hopefully some people will actually listen and see see some things that they like about me, subscribe, and we can grow this whole thing. But basically, I have a couple of the projects that I'm working on. One of the things also to partner with partner with .ai. You'll be able to find a lot more information just pertaining to AI. Although with my skill set, it spans from software development through digital marketing. So you'll find a nice little blend of things that I work with people with, marketing automation, digital marketing, Facebook ads, Google ads, just anything dealing with just improving business from a technical standpoint. That I'm your person, my agency, executable will be able to actually help with that. But what partner with AI is an interesting project. So that particular niche site will primarily just be focused on working with businesses that are looking to implement more AI or any AI into their business, whether it's content creation, whether that's with data analysis and finding actionable data to figure out where we are with your business, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, just understanding all the data that you have, what's going on in your business, and how to scale it up and make sure that we don't scale down. So there are several different tools that you can actually get right out of the box to be able to help with some of the stuff, but most of the stuff will definitely be custom built tools. And with my background agency of software development, being able to tap into different APIs, different integrations, whether that's Zapier, that's Make, that's Pabbly, just different integration tools if you're working with, or we can just straight write something that goes straight to the API and makes those connections and do the data analysis through a web application. So that's another option. But I want to try to, be a little more transparent on some of the things that I am working on, so it doesn't seem like I'm building in the dark. And that way I can be able to get some feedback a lot quicker and to be able to see what people's opinions are, instead of just building something and bringing it, and then it's not really useful for my audience that I'm targeting. Another thing to working on is a newsletter, a couple of newsletters. There'll pretty much be two different newsletters. One is just dedicated to solopreneurs. You're hearing a lot more about solopreneurs in this day. It's a lot easier because you have so many different tools, and you may not necessarily want to have this big, large company with all these employees or all these crazy contractors or whatever. You can easily have a one-person business, be a seven-figure one-person business, and it just be yourself, with the reach of social media, with the reach of content creation, with all the tools that are out there, and also just the expertise out there. There's a lot of people that have been preaching this for a long time. Justin Welsh, Dan Cole. There's some other ones too, but for the most part, the one person business or solopreneur is real. It's one of those things, being leverage the technology that's out there, and to be able to um, be that one person business and more like a lifestyle business. And you may not want to grow that large. You may not want to have a seven figure business. You may want a six figure business. Maybe you want to, one that is comfortable with you, so you can be able to take care of yourself, take care of your family, and be a productive citizen. So we're going to talk a lot about that in that newsletter. And the other one is the last one is go execute. And basically with the brand, if you notice the t-shirt here, you can find more t-shirts and other gear for entrepreneurs at shop.goexecute.co. And you'll see some of that stuff on my website or on my social media handles. But basically, it's just a motto of, hey, we need to execute, we need to take action. We can't just sit around and just educate ourselves and think that we're going to actually get anywhere. We have to put in the work. We have to put in the action, and we have to execute the plan, learn, execute, build, learn, execute, build. So if you're not doing that, you're not going to get anywhere. So I think a lot of people forget the execute part, and they do all the learn part, or they try to build part, or build on something that they don't really even have. So, but for the most part, that newsletter is more that kick in the butt kind of thing for entrepreneurs to be able to find actionable things that they can do to be able to execute or to feel inclined. Because I know it can be nerve wracking, you can be nervous about all of this, because you got to create the content. You got to be able to brand yourself, build your brand. I'm still building my personal brand myself to be able to find an audience, and within that audience help as many people as possible. But that newsletter will be more like a weekly newsletter, that more kicking the butt of, hey, these are some actionable items that you can actually try to take advantage of this week to be able to move your business forward. And I think a lot of people they just need someone to be able to say, hey, do this. And hey, it's okay to not have all the answers at first. There's ChatGPT, but for the most part, you're not going to know everything. You're not going to have all the answers. You do have to have that leap of faith. You have to start somewhere. Every big brand, every big business started somewhere. It started with one person, and you can be that one person. And I don't want to sound like an infomercial or whatever, but for the most part, it's the truth. Every brand, even Jeff Bezos, he started with one person. So everyone has that same opportunity. You may not have all the advantages that maybe he had, maybe some of the connections, maybe some of the, who knows that he had. But we all have the opportunity to be able to grow from something small into something, as big as we want. So that's where that second newsletters come. So, I'll be putting that information out there so you can be able to check it out whenever you get a chance. But yeah, I thought it would be a good time to come out, try to do some of these maybe at least once a week and get started. Maybe once a day, or however way to be able to get to you to be able to go live and answer some questions. Don't have anyone here, which is cool. I can talk all day. But going back to the whole thing with CEO of OpenAI being pretty much canned and repackaged back in, I thought it was interesting. I thought that maybe it was because I know he had been, a huge proponent of AI, but also, I guess, some of the warning signals, some of the, regulations that I know are coming down the pipe. There's, it's so not really so much new. It's just uncharted territory that people, they don't want to overly regulate it. Hopefully they don't, but they also can't just sit and just not do anything. So I thought maybe he was one of the ones beating the drums about, hey, come regulate us, and it could be, I don't know. But I was reading somewhere else that, he was one of the people that pretty much, he was ready to move forward with, the AI and just pushing forward with it, which will be a good thing. But, all the stuff with Terminator stuff or whatever, what they're working on is not even that. So for everyone else, these are tools to begin to help us. And let's get the other elephant out of the room. Oh, AI is coming to take everyone's job. As time goes on, jobs change. The same jobs that we have now weren't jobs we had 20 years ago, 40 years ago. So those jobs are going to change. So that means that people can actually go and move into new types of jobs. But when we talk about AI, we're talking about tools that will allow us to do our jobs better. So it's not so much that hey, it's gonna replace something. There's no line about that. But for everyone else, if you're learning about prompting, learning about AI, learning about Chat GPT and all that lingo, how to use these tools, companies are gonna come looking for you. So by knowing this, you become more marketable. So by knowing this, you are able to leverage it and actually be, an asset to a company looking to use these AI tools because these companies are looking. They're not sitting by and allowing their competition to use these tools to better themselves. They're looking for people that can actually do it. So if you're not actually out there ready to get things done with that, you get left behind. Sorry about that. Because we're live, I gotta do what I gotta do. So but yeah, so it's gonna be interesting to see again, like I said earlier, what transpired and what the future looks like for that company. It's crazy because of how quickly the turnaround happened. You got the CEO, getting fired, and it seemed like it was just all behind the doors kind of stuff. Then you had all those employees that were saying, "Hey, if y'all don't bring this guy back, we're leaving." So and that shows you the power in numbers too. When when you feel that this is a good leader, you're gonna fight and you're gonna stand with him. And evidently, those people believe in him, believe in his mission. So what else are they gonna do? And he's such a pivotal person when it comes to AI. You see that Microsoft had put them under their fold. So I mean, you can't just get rid of them and then just plug and play when especially with something like this. So it's going to be interesting to see with the new board that he brought along with him. From my understanding, let me see right here in the Washington Post. Yeah, he returns as chief executive and in the boardroom drama that transfixed Silicon Valley and exposed the power struggles over who has control over the future of artificial intelligence. That's huge. I mean, we are in the gold rush of artificial intelligence. Since a year ago they released this out to the public, it's been crazy, and it's gotten crazier. I would say in the last 6 months, and I would say the next year is going to be super crazy. So many companies are trying to build their own large data models. Bard, with Google, from my understanding, I heard it's gotten a lot better. I didn't particularly care for it when they first released it. I used it for probably about 2 months. After I got into that beta program, I didn't like it. It seemed like they were still trying to be more of a search engine as opposed to what ChatGPT is. More just give you the data or whatever. So, but I've heard it gotten a lot better. So it's going to be interesting to see how that is. I'm gonna go back and play around with it again. But again, looks like Sam reached an agreement. Now he's back. What else are we talking about? The announcement spurred all of the company's roughly 770 employees signed a letter in protest threatening to quit if he was not reinstated. That's nuts. That's nuts. But it shows that they believed in what he was actually trying to do. So let's see what happens with this company. Let's see what happens with AI. I'm going to be all in it. I'm going to be all in the middle of it. I'm going to bring you as much as I can and let you know and make a decision on what you want to do. But if if you're not really into it and paying attention, you're going to get left behind. So just the truth, you're going to get left behind. And don't be surprised when companies are looking for people that know something about it or feel that they want to learn more about it and then bring it into the company. It's so much with it that we haven't even got started with yet. It's way more than those crazy cartoon things you see when people generate those things based on certain prompts or whatever. Just silliness. When I see it, I see this silliness. When I see AI, I see potential. I see application to much bigger things to be able to help us. Being able to make good, quick decisions. It's not to say that AI will replace a human brain. I think the human brain is still the most sophisticated thing on this planet. Period. Period. So just trying to um, um, utilize the AI for what it is, which it is an assistant. It's a tool, and we should leverage a tool. No different than using a shovel or using a wrench or whatever to make our jobs easier. So I'm gonna close out. Hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're not celebrating Thanksgiving, hope you have a wonderful day. And I'll be back soon. And take care.